But anything you have, you should have a beneficiary, because if you don't, you'll find that your heir's got to go through probate, and that probate can take a couple of years. And in that meantime, you can lose businesses, you can lose all kinds of things, because they cannot pay the bills while this is going through probate. And so you got to be careful with that. So anything you can possibly put as a beneficiary, definitely do it. Okay. And how often you should check them? Check them when anything changes, right? It's okay to check them every year just to make sure, but most people's situation doesn't change. In other words, they're 60-something years old. They didn't have 2 more kids this year. Now they might have had a couple of grandkids. All right. So you need to check that every once in a while to make sure. I remember when I got COVID really bad, right? I got COVID real bad, I almost died. And so I didn't realize that, and I'm in this business, right, that my ex-wife was the beneficiary of the life insurance policies that I had. She'd have pulled the plug on my ass if she'd have known it. Trust me, I didn't tell her. But I was like, I got out of there, I'm almost dying. And I'm like, woo-hoo-hoo, change that one.
Dodge that one.
Oh, dodge that one big. But you got to change it. I see this all the time where people get divorced, forget to change the beneficiary. Unless you really like your ex-spouse and you want to leave it to them, that's fine. But change it. Or when they have children, grandchildren, sometimes their children divorced, and there's all kinds of things like that. Make sure your per stirpes or per capita. That's a big one with beneficiaries that people don't understand. Per capita is this. If I've got 3 kids, 1 kid predeceases me, it goes 50% to the other kids, the other 2 remaining kids, instead of being 33, right? And that's where a lot of people say, yeah, that's what I want. But then they forget that each one of these kids could have kids, which was your grandchildren. So you might have inadvertently disowned one of the grandchildren. And so that's why you would make it per stirpes. Per stirpes means there's always going to be 33% going down this line. And then I've had people say, well, I can't stand my daughter-in-law. I don't want her to have anything. I go, okay. But just remember, the per capita or per stirpes is when you go just not with the beneficiaries, when you go a step further.
Well, and that's good.